To all Mushoku Tensei fans, anime fans just in general, today's episode was actually very good. Sarah turned a new leaf. Rudy turned a new leaf. The new party we met definitely brought Rudius up a bit. Man, I thoroughly loved this episode. And then there was a brief second of like fight animation that I was just like, yes, that's what I'm talking about for Mushoku Tensei, man. I loved it. And then I had to look up Quagmire. Not that Quagmire, but like what Quagmire actually meant. So it was a lot that I had to do for this episode, man. Let me know how you guys felt about it down below. But before we get into this episode, man, if you are new to the channel and have yet to subscribe, make sure you go down below, hit the link in the description or the red subscribe button. Either one to help me towards that cause of reaching my goal, which is 5,000 subscribers by the end of summer or 10,000 by the end of summer. I'm really pushing for that, man. Like, I definitely want to hit 5,000 subscribers, and my bigger goal is 10,000, man. So if y'all know any anime fans who with Mushoku Tensei or just anime in general, send them this way. First and foremost, Rudy getting into the workout routine? Rudy getting buff? Bro, what is going on here? I thought that was fascinating because it shows that in more ways than one, he's trying to change, right? He's trying to grow. But we all really know who the MVP of today's episode was, right? But anyway, like I said, all the more interesting. Rudy was trying to change and he got the nickname Quagmire, which I had to go look up like what Quagmire really meant, right? And it gave me two different definitions, but obviously the one that really caught me was an awkward, complex, or hazardous situation, which really explains Rudy to a T, right? I really vibed with it because I'm like, damn, you know, Rudy he's awkward, he's complex because he's got a lot going on, and it is hazardous to be around, bro, because you saw, I know the literal like hazardous with the little kid tripping while he was cleaning up in the city. I thought that was genuinely funny, right? But I really want to get down to the nitty gritty, and that's Soul. This guy, regardless of what people may think about him, regardless of how braggadocious and, you know, outwardly he is, I feel like Rudy needed that wake-up call. You know what I mean? Because after what happened in the little dragon den that they were in when they went down there to go collect the scales, after that whole situation, he acts on impulse, but I don't think that defines him. And even during that whole skirmish, Rudy was still like, you know, hesitant. And again, Soul being there definitely saved his ass. But let's get to the real conversation. It was when Soul was drunk and he went and explained himself, you know, after he punched Timothy and shit in the cave. And he explained himself a lot more thoroughly, because you know what they say when people are drunk, like that's when the real truth comes out of somebody. He looked at Rudy and really went off on him because his smile is fake. He's been through a lot, but he won't face it. Dude, I was like, damn! Like laying it on him, and Rudy couldn't deal with it, right? You can see that he was trying to avert his gaze, right? I thought that was spot on, and I'm glad that happened. It's a step in the right direction. What this in turn does is help Rudy in his later situation, right? So now let's get to the other portion of this, and that's Sarah, who also had a big change, because you could tell that Sarah was definitely leaning towards Rudy a lot more. Ever since he saved them in the last episode, she's been leaning towards him a lot more. And one thing that I want to bring up before we go any further about Rudy is he actually used his eye for once. I was wondering what the fuck happened to that. I'm like, he didn't see anything coming with the eye in a while, and then it finally triggered. Just wanted to make a moot point about that. So with Sarah, she ends up going missing. Counter Arrow ended up coming back from a quest, and Mimir is dead according to Suzanne, and Timothy is freaking out like maybe we shouldn't have. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? What happened? And I initially thought that Rudy wasn't gonna do shit, right? He was gonna be timid until next episode and then go do something. But no, he jumped on it right there. And as he's going to save Sarah, he's having this inner monologue. Like, why am I even doing this? What am I expecting out of this? Can she be saved? Can I be saved? I'm like, damn, Rudy's really having like a conversation that I thought he wouldn't have with himself for a while. He finds Mimir's dead body, and I'm like, damn, is this the fate of Sarah too? They all just met. Is this really the fate that Rudy is doomed to? But the good news is he runs into some sort of weird ass magical tree that has Sarah inside it. Bam, rescue Sarah, And I love the action sequence of this. I thought it was done really, really fucking well. For as small as it was, it really set a precedence that they leaned on in the last episode, which was a very subtle flex of a fire animation sequence. It felt like Sarah thought that she wasn't gonna make it, and to see Rudy be there to save her was dope. But the cave moment was the most important for me. And it wasn't about them being naked. Right? It wasn't that. It was the honest conversation and the honesty and sincerity behind Sarah's smile, because that in itself saved Rudy. Not fully, obviously. We had this conversation in the comment section before, right? That Rudy is far from like saved, but like he's on his way. I feel like that smile boosted him up a little more. Definitely helped out, because Sarah, of all people, with how brash she is and was at the time, actually turned a smile to say thank you for saving me. That definitely helped Rudy out a lot, because as y'all know, Eris is still on his mind because he feels like she turned her back on him. That smile was very important. And I want to know what she said. I want to know what she said, because as they were parting ways and everybody was going to do their separate things, she said something and they took the audio out and didn't even put any subtitles. I'm very curious to what she said. But yeah, man, this episode was fantastic. Rudy's journey is far from done. He's still got a lot more growth and even more steps that he has to take to achieve what he's trying to achieve, and that's looking for Zenith, right? That's something that I didn't bring up this entire time, which I'm pretty sure you guys were like, bro, you weren't gonna bring up the original point. The whole reason he's been doing this and going by that nickname, even though that wasn't the nickname he wanted to go by in the first place, he was just trying to become popular there so that word about him could get to Zenith and she could find where he is. But I think that's gonna attract others who aren't Zenith. It's gonna attract others to that town who aren't Zenith, and maybe we might run into people that we know and love. But anyways, man, yeah, like I said, this episode was fantastic. Make sure y'all let me know how y'all felt about it down below. Leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new. Help your boy reach 5,000 subscribers by the end of summer. Hell, help your boy reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of summer. That's our real goal, right? That's our massive goal, is 10K by the end of summer. That's not realistic, but hell, we're shooting for that shit. I'm gonna get to editing this video because obviously we got Zom 100, which will probably come out later on tonight. I got a lot that I gotta do. I got so many videos recorded that I haven't edited yet, but I will get to editing them. So with that being said, man, it's your boy, xDomoSenpaix, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.